Hello and welcome to the weekly quick tip. Today we're going to be talking about the skills that employers want. And we are fortunate to get information from the National Association of Colleges and Employers each year who provide feedback on what employers are looking for when they're hiring interns and graduates into their entry-level positions. And we use this to really help us work with students on building those skills so that they're ready for job one, day one. So today we're going over what the skills are that employers are looking for, and this will be the first of a three-part series. So next week we're going to be going into different ways you can develop those skills that employers are looking for, and then in the third component we will actually be looking into how to verbalize those skills and articulate them in a way that conveys your skills and accomplishments, not only in your resume, but also in interview answers. So let's start with part one. So employers have consistently ranked over the years the top 8 skills that they are looking for. And the most recent survey found that the top skills that employers are looking for are problem solving, critical thinking, being able to analyze and find solutions, communication, both verbal and also written, digital technology, being able to use not just software specific to the industry, but also general, computer and technology use. Career management, so being able to understand the world of work and explore what values a person has and do research on where they think they would be best suited based on their interests and skills, doing things like internships. Watching these videos is all part of career management and understanding career development. Leadership, and this does not have to be, I'm class president. There's a lot of different ways to be a leader. Professionalism, things like work ethic, time management, having all those good etiquette skills that come with being in a work environment. Collaboration, being able to work well with others, being able to resolve conflict within a group. And finally, intercultural fluency. So being able to connect with others who may not look or sound or believe the same things as you and build a relationship with them and be able to work with them effectively. So these are the top 8 skills. And I know a lot of students look at these and go, oh, that's a lot. That seems like really big stuff, and I don't know if I have all those things. I don't know if I can check all the boxes of what employers are looking for. Take a step back, take a deep breath. No worries, you do have all of these skills. It's just a matter of how we look at it and how we frame everything. So don't get overwhelmed. Let's walk through it. So do you have these skills? Of course you do, and maybe you don't as a first-year student, but by the time you graduate, you certainly will. When we look at things like problem solving, you can look at things like maybe you work at a restaurant or maybe you're a cashier at a store and you have a customer issue and you have to be able to figure out a way to help them get what they need while still following within your organization's policies and procedures. So being able to resolve a problem in that sense is an excellent example of how you have that skill. For communication, don't forget you do class presentations. I know that's a big component of a lot of classes at Albright. So whether it's a research paper or a group presentation that's, a 20-minute thing with visual aids, all of those things count. Digital technology, being able to use YouTube like this, having your own social media platforms and, following brands and trends and seeing what works and what doesn't. Being able to use Microsoft Office and G Suite, understanding Google Docs and Microsoft Word, those kinds of things. And career management, working on having your resume done, taking opportunities to job shadow or do informational interviews, doing internships, research projects, anything that can help kind of build those professional skills that you'll need once you graduate. And for the next round, leadership, and of course, we generally look at things like being a POP or an RA, but it could be the executive board of any organization on campus. You know, being in a secretary or treasurer role is just as important as being president. Um, Maybe you're the person that for group projects in class, you're always the one who makes sure that tasks are delegated out and everybody does everything on time and that it's all put together nicely. That's a form of leadership. Maybe you mentor young children in a volunteer opportunity. Leadership takes a lot of forms, so understanding how you're a leader is really important, and then also being able to convey that to others. Professionalism. This is really good for, student athletes or students who work a job while, also taking classes. You have to have a lot of time management. You have to be able to prioritize and establish a schedule for yourself and, be very practical with how you spend your time and, what you do to get your work done. So being able to balance class with your sport or with your job or with your other on-campus involvement is a really good indicator of professionalism. Collaboration, of course, our go-to is class projects because we know a lot of classes at Albright do require a group project at one point or another. And of course, there are plenty of other ways to collaborate as well, particularly, again, looking at sports or on-campus or off-campus jobs. And finally, intercultural fluency. Albright does have a fantastic study abroad opportunity, and we work really hard to make sure that study abroad is accessible and possible for as many students as we can. But sometimes you just can't study abroad, and that's okay. You're required to take 2 semesters or 3 semesters of a language, depending on what year you are. Use that to really understand another culture. Not only is this, the vocabulary I need to learn, but this is also understanding their holidays or their culture, their work style. Being involved in different things in your community can be a great way to develop intercultural fluency. Putting yourself out there to try, organizations that, you can be an ally for. There's a lot of ways to gain intercultural fluency that aren't necessarily going to another country, although that certainly never hurts. So this is just a quick overview of the 8 skills that employers are looking for. Like I said, in the next 2 weeks, we'll be going over how to build those skills and looking for opportunities to develop these skills, and then also how to word them effectively and really knock the socks off any employer that you meet with. If you need any help with anything, don't hesitate to ask. I look forward to seeing you next week.